Guys, welcome back sa ating channel. So for today's video, siguro maikli lang to. Konting update lang kung ano yung mga nangyayari sa stock market right now and sa economy as a whole, and also ano ba yung dapat nating gawin as an investor pag may mga ganitong klase ng event or economic or political situations that affects the stock market. So this topic is more on those people that are that they consider themselves as long-term investor, just like myself. I used to do day trading as well, but yeah, like I said, for this video, we will talk about or yeah, this topic that relates to long-term investors. So before that, guys, tingnan natin ano bang takbo ng market as of now. March 12, market still active. Ano pa lang ngayon, during making this video, it's 11 o'clock in the morning dito sa Canada, sa Winnipeg. So for S&P TSX index, guys, tingnan natin for the past month kung ano yung performance. Track natin isa-isa yung mga indices na um, uh, na dito sa market. Okay. For the S&P TSX Composite Index for the past month, guys, down siya ng 4.72% as of 11 o'clock today at March 12. So for S&P 500 for the past month, guys, it's down by 7.53%. For Dow, it's down by 6.89% for the past month. Check natin ang Bitcoin, guys. For the past month, Bitcoin is down by 14.09%. Next is okay. See, Russell 2000, guys, it's down by 10.35%. Nasdaq is for the past month is down by 10.27%. So pag nanood kayo ng news, ang daming nagsasabi ng mga analyst, economists na this could potentially lead into a recession, yung nangyayari ngayon sa economy ng US and as well as dito sa Canada. Dito sa North America, very obvious naman kung bakit. This is due to Trump's trade war against Canada and the tariff that's being imposed by both countries on their products. So sa araw na to, guys, nag-announce ang Canada ng kanilang interest rate. So ang Bank of Canada ay nagbaba ng interest rate by 25 basis points from 3% to down to 2.75% now. So for people like who has a variable mortgage on their house, this is good news. Katulad ko, yung primary home namin is variable. So ano to, magandang balita to para sa amin. And yeah, and also for those who are looking to buy new homes, first time home buyers, you might want to look into the interest rates right now sa mga bangko tsaka mga credit union, and mag-inquire kayo if you do have a plan to purchase your house this year. And yeah, but please also consider yung economic situation right now, economic atmosphere between US and Canada, because guys, nagtataasan lahat ng raw materials, lumber, metal, aluminum and all that, and lahat yon may impact yon sa price ng construction ng bahay, and that would also be passed on to consumers like us. So timbangin nyo, look into your finances kung you can handle the impact of a possible spike in the housing prices as well, and and hindi lang yun, and also the maintenance that comes with the owning a home. For sure gagamit kayo ng mga products and that to use or to maintain your home as well, and kailangan i-consider nyo rin yon, and also the insurance might go up as well kasi nga tumataas ang value ng mga bahay, tataas din ang insurance, also tataas din ng potentially ang property tax, so you have to consider that as well. Pero yun na yeah, just look into your personal finance if you can handle volatility and spike in prices. Pero yun nga, at the same time maganda rin na bumababa yung interest rate ngayon. Hindi ko alam kung paano yung galaw ng mga fixed mortgage, like a 5-year fixed mortgage right now. Parang hindi siya masyadong gumagalaw in relation to the Bank of Canada's rate. So I don't know how it works. I'm not an economist, or I'm not an expert with this interest rate. All I know is kapag variable ka, like myself, variable mortgage, is that bumababa yung aming interest rate in relation to what the Bank of Canada Bank of Canada's interest rates are doing. Like if whatever they declare, if they increase it or if they reduce it, then sumusunod yung variable mortgage. So yun guys, ano bang dapat gawin? Ano bang dapat gawin natin as a long-term investor? So for sure, if you're using using this type of strategy, yung aming strategy na passive income investing, kagandahan nito guys, I mentioned this before, is that no matter what the market does, we have income coming in weekly and monthly. So for sure yung capital namin is affected by the stock, the price movement of the underlying asset, say the Nasdaq or the S&P 500 or the single stocks ETF that we have as well, especially yung MSTY. MSTY is Bitcoin related. It's basically Bitcoin ETF, and it's being hammered right now kasi nga bumagsak ang Bitcoin for like 14% for the past month. Check uli natin. Yeah, for the past month, yeah, it's down by 14-13% right now. And yun, so of course bababa din yung stock price, and and that will also have an impact with the income that this ETF is being generated. But like I said guys, because of the volatility of the market, MSTY just declared their dividends for this coming week, or for this week actually, and it's not really that bad. It's the yield is like 89% guys, 89%. given the fact that all these volatility going on, and Bitcoin dropping down by 14% in the past month, 89% guys. And as I look it on our meron kasi akong tracker guys dun sa uh, aking cellphone, na may app ako na tinatrack. Ang ginagamit ko is yung what do you call this, stock events. Yung stock events guys, it's an app that we're in. Doon ko tinatrack yung dividends na pumapasok sa amin every week and every month. So based on the latest distribution guys, we are going to receive an equivalent of I think it's $1.89 per share Canadian. So or around nasa $490 Canadian yung MSTY. But that pag ko-convert mo pa yon into US, kasi US yung kapit namin eh. Although meron na available sa Canadian market, I might switch to Canadian ETF, but equivalent nitong MSTY. But for now, dahil aantayin ko munang umangat uli yung stock price, and then I will decide whether to switch it into a Canadian equivalent of MSTY. So $1.89 guys, given the fact na down ang market, that's not bad. Yun yung kagandahan nitong strategy na to, na kahit na down ang market, it doesn't matter if it's down, up, it stays flat. I keep getting that income every month or every week. So, kumbaga hindi siya one-dimensional na katulad ng mga growth stocks, na you buy low, you sell high. Yun yung strategy. Buy low, sell high. Pagka growth ka, you're gonna have to wait for for the stock price to go up. Ito, you still capture price appreciation, but at the same time meron kang income na natatanggap every week or every month. Yun yung kagandahan nito. And I don't even have to sell a share to realize gain or yung dividend, kasi nga every week or every month may dumadating sa amin regardless of what this stock price is doing. Of course, it depends on the underlying asset, yung performance ng underlying asset. Kung bumaba ang stock price, for sure, most likely bababa din yung distribution. But it doesn't really bother me, kasi nga kumbaga I'm not like panicking. I'm not forced to sell at a loss. I just have to wait for the income to come in. If I needed the money, then I'll use it. If I don't, I'll just reinvest that dividend back to the portfolio or the ETF para bumili pa ng mas marami share. So later on, the next payout, mas marami ng shares means mas maraming income. So yun lang yung kagandahan nito. Hindi siya one-dimensional na buy low, sell high. You can do that as well, kasi may mga ETF or especially yung mga single stocks na ETF like Palantir or PLTE and yung MicroStrategy or yung MSTY. Yung stock price niya guys, grabe din yung appreciation kapag tumaas yung price ng underlying asset, tumataas din talaga siya. So you have the option to sell if you wanted to, but you don't have to, kasi nga nakaka-generate yung ETF na yun ng income that that you get every month or every week. depending on the covered call or ETF that you have. So yun yung kagandahan, guys. Pag long-term investor ka, you see this volatility and the dip on the price on the stock market as opportunity to buy cheaper shares. And cheaper shares means higher yield potentially. And yun, guys, yun yung masasabi ko. As a long-term investor, guys, wag tayo magpanic. Especially kung medyo malayo pa naman yung retirement age mo, and just keep on reinvesting back the dividend. Kung if you're using this strategy, pag hindi mo kailangan yung cash, keep on reinvesting back that dividend into your portfolio. That way, nag-grow yung portfolio mo and dumadami yung shares mo. Eventually, you'll get, pagka nag-bounce back ang market after all these economic turmoil, pag nag-bounce back ang market, your portfolio will grow, and also your income will grow potentially, or hindi, sure mag-grow yan. So yun, guys, keep on investing, reinvesting, and just focus on your goal, guys, and huwag kayong magpanic. Basta ang time horizon nyo is like more than 5 years, you're really looking to invest for the long term, this is the best opportunity to buy cheap shares. So yun lang, guys, at maraming salamat, at I'll see you on the next one.